Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the GC Informer. I am Snowy, otherwise known as Count Fracula, apologising for the slight lack of content for the last week. Been a bit busy, but you know, that's life sometimes. But I've got some news for you now. We'll start with a nice little thing for Nintendo's online service. Now, we've known since, well, for a few months now that one of the perks of being in Nintendo's online scheme is that you get some free NES games that you can download onto your Switch as long as you have to see the online subscription live, and I believe you have to check in once a week. But let's not think about that for now. But the first, or one of the first waves of games has come out, which includes Solomon's Key, NES Open Tournament Golf Super Dodgeball, amongst other things. But as well as those, a stealthy little game cropped up on there, and it is a re-release of the original Legend of Zelda. And what's special about this one, though, is that it's been, quote, souped up, and instead of being like what we normally assume that with S-O-U-P-E-D, as in soup. What this basically means is that the game is, at the start at least, slightly easier to get you going. Starts you with a pile with more rupees and weapons and items, just to sort of get you going, because, you know, if you play the original Legend of Zelda, a little bit difficult at the start when you don't have anything. You know, that's just one of the things. That's how games were back then. They were not pleasant to you sometimes, but yeah. So this starts you off a little bit easier. And then once you've completed the game, there will be a new game plus, basically, called Second Quest, which I should imagine just starts you off like the original version does. But yeah, good idea to get people into a game a bit more, and it addresses a slight balancing issue. Because, you know, yeah, people say that games are getting easier, but the way I look at it is that old games are really poorly balanced. Anyway, if you subscribe to Nintendo's online thing, you can get that on the Switch right now. Moving on now to Sony, and they've done a couple of interesting things over the last day or two, but I'll start with the more mundane one. A change that we've been wanting for quite a long time is finally going to be implemented in the next few weeks. Sony's PSN, PlayStation Network, has not, to the best of my knowledge at least, let you change your ID, your player tag, your gamer tag in Xbox terms, up until this point. And finally, after years and years and years, you will be able to change your ID on PSN. When I said in the next few weeks, though, I was slightly... I misspoke. It's actually early 2019, although depending on how you view time, the next few weeks, I don't know, it's a few weeks away. Just a few, in this case, is quite a few. But anyway, let's get the semantics aside. Yeah, early 2019. If you got an embarrassing PSN ID that you want to change, you are more than welcome to do so. And I believe, you know, some people who might have set it up when they were about 12 or 13 would probably welcome that change. It just seems a bit odd that it's not been a thing until now, but, you know, games companies aren't always the best at getting with the times. Anyway, what Sony have also said in an interview recently is basically that they're working on the next PlayStation. We have already been told that the PS4 is in the closing stages of its lifespan, which, you know, is fair enough. It's had a good run as of 2012, 2013 up until now. That's 5 years. And they have said that there's about 3 years left in the current console's lifespan, which will bring it up to sort of 7 or 8, which is, you know, basically the same as the PS3's lifespan, which is, you know, the time between consoles is getting longer as time goes on, and, you know, that's quite good in a way. I think, you know, more time to actually refine what you can do on the hardware of these consoles is definitely a good thing. If take something that was made at the start and the end of each console's lifespan, you take something from the PS2 comparison and you take a comparison from the PS4, there's quite a bit of difference in the quality jump you get there. It's quite interesting to see. But yes, up until recently, nothing had been officially confirmed by Sony until an interview with the Financial Times. Kenshiro Yoshida, someone whose position in Sony I cannot quite remember, said that it is necessary to have next generation hardware, referring to the future. So basically, you know, there's a new PlayStation confirmed. We don't know anything about it, we just know that it's actually going to be happening. That, you know, a lot of the rumours about will consoles die out? Are we all going to be playing on mobile? Are they just going to be streaming machines? All of those are not necessarily, you know, founded rumours, and I believe that, you know, this kind of confirms we'll be getting some proper home console hardware still around for a while yet. And that brings us to the end of this episode of the GC Informer, and I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, consider liking and subscribing and sharing, all that kind of stuff, ringing the bell, etc. And, you know, stay tuned to GameCast for news, reviews, Let's Plays, podcasts. We've got lots of great content on here, and I will see you soon for something else.